Good evening, friends and family who are joining us tonight for the, what is this, episode 6? Yeah, episode 6 of the award winning, if all of the awards are, if only in my head, Besem Live Play series known as The Guardians or The Goofs. I am your host and game master. I'm Grit City Mike. I am joined by Yuzu,
Hello.
Nick,
Hey,
and Erston. And
Probably said A. I thought I'd say B.
okay, well, A, B, C, D, Abracadabra. Um, close that.
Wallpapers.
Yeah, I just have wallpapers running on the stream for right now.
Oh, Anima. I've been meaning to try that series out.
Oh my god.
That's
Oh,
Source.
okay. I'm gonna take a minute. I played Anima. It is arcane. Like, it was made in Europe, which should tell you the first thing. The second thing is that it was made in Europe. So it's a lot of tables. Like tables for tables for tables.
Oh, that's Exalted right there.
No. Okay, you've heard my rant
No.
on Exalted.
No, oh, no, that
The
picture
picture.
that I
Yes,
just saw.
yes, the picture. But no, but yeah, no.
No. I seem to remember seeing the source book had a lot of tables, yeah.
Anima is more akin to like fucking Rollmaster than pretty much anything else, which is sad to me because like the art and the lore of it, like it feels to me it should be a very kinetic game, and it's not. It is not kinetic. It takes forever to do shit in that game, and it makes me sad. It's not a bad game. It's not, you don't get what's on the tin. Like, you don't get what's on the box when it comes to Anima. And yeah.
I feel like that's kind of the feeling I got when I was reading through the Log Horizon TTRPG rules.
I couldn't feel confident in a Log Horizon game because Log Horizon is like the game made for like MMO nerds, or like it's the anime made for MMO nerds.
Yeah.
You know, like hardcore WoW heads are super into fucking Log Horizon because it does all of the, you know, this mechanic does this and that mechanic does that thing and all of that stuff. And it's like, yeah, that's really cool and all. And look, it's better than SAO, but that's not saying a lot.
Very true.
So
Plus, they tried the MMO approach, and that's why no one talks about Fourth Ed.
yeah. That's why Fourth Ed wasn't even around for half as long as Third Ed was.
I have a lot of things to say about Forehead, but very little of it
I
good.
mean, forehead. Bimo Lottie got more head than it got body. So, anyways, all right. Nerd rant over, talking about other game systems. I'm sure at some point we'll develop some sort of podcast or something for all of us old fogies to bitch about fucking game systems.
Back in my day, I liked Thaco.
Back
My
in-
math was simple.
Fuck that co.
I'd always eat at Taco Bell.
I'd always eat at Taco Bell. Daco. Stupid. Anyways. Excuse me. All right. So, getting back to the Guardians of the Old Faith, the Goofs, as it were. You guys were successful in preventing Knockanurk from getting barbecued. He is only lightly singed. He is unconscious because he took sufficient enough damage to get knocked out by the Black Flame Priest that dropped a fireball on him. But it looks like he'll be okay. But it is highly recommended that you guys get him back to frontline for possibly Riddell or someone else to be able to look at him and make sure that he'll be okay. So you guys managed to get back to frontline, where you will be met actually by, like surprise, like, whoa, they made it back. Not a lot of the rank and file there in frontline, because they of course have not seen you work. We're not expecting you to come back, or to come back in essentially one piece. Though all of you are a little bit singed yourselves, for what it's worth. So yeah, you guys make it back to
You
frontline.
could say my circuits are feeling a little bit fried.
Yeah, your circuit boards are a little melty. Your internal cooling units are working overtime. So yeah, you guys make it back to frontline just fine. And you bring Knockanurk still in his little cage that he was kept in, to the main tent where Viper and Crash and Riddell are apparently powwowing. And Viper will be like, excellent, welcome back, and then he'll see that you have the singed cage that has the little Knockanurk in it, and Riddell will immediately come around the table and be like, oh my gosh, and take him off your hands.
Is this a Knurk?
He is a Nurk. His name is Knockanurk.
Yeah, but we never got a description, so we just brought back some random thing we assumed was it.
Is this a electric mouse type of creature?
That's my assumption.
No, it's he's a Nurk. His name is Knockanurk.
Pretty sure he looks like a Pikachu.
What's a Pikachu?
I don't know. What's a Nurk?
That's a Nurk. Pointing to the singed little furry animal that is inside animal-looking thing that is inside the cage.
Pika? Pika?
Pikachu. So imagine that thing, but it shoots lightning. That's a Pikachu.
Oh, maybe it probably certainly would have benefited Knockanurk if he could shoot lightning. Riddell, will you take care of him, please? Of course, father. And
I thought a Pikachu is what Daisuke does to all the girls.
that Crash just starts clapping.
I like it. Your humor circuits are on overdrive.
Humor circuits are on. They are on overdrive. So Riddell will take Knockanurk out of the main tent, and Viper will turn to you guys.
I'd better go help her.
Crash will, as you turn around, Crash is already standing in front of the door. He's like, she'll be fine. You need to be
Dude, it's your sister.
Yeah, dude, it's my sister. You need to tell the general, what happened, what'd you guys run into. And General Viper will, be standing on the other side of the table and be like, yes, what's your report? What happened out there?
Well, they tried to self-destruct.
Yeah, nobody warned us that priests have have load-bearing hit points. They tended to explode quite big.
It is,
And they love to do it.
It is happened very rarely. We've not run into very many instances where a Black Flame priest has committed suicide.
Before the Black Flame priest committed suicide, he turned to the other one and said, "You know what to do." And then they tried to kill Nurk.
Then they obviously knew what Nockanurk was carrying, possibly some sort of important intel. So once again, we are in your debt for retrieving him.
What we do, I guess.
Was it only Black Flame priests that were guarding it?
No, there are some things that just died quite easily, but
There were these big, scary-looking horn guys.
You mean
The
chaotics?
yeah, whatever those were. But the smaller ones, they exploded with one hit.
And as you describe, his eyes go wide and he goes, "Come again?"
When I went to hit them, whether or not it was with a weapon, they just exploded on impact, on touch, essentially.
And General Viper looks obviously taken aback. And he's like,
The major chaotics were a bit tougher, though. I say this really nonchalantly. Like, it's no big deal.
you fought not just Black Flame priests, but minor chaotics and their bigger, scarier versions.
I think there were 8 of the minors, 2 of the biggers, and I sound really dumb saying this, and like
6 of the miners.
2 of the flame priests.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And Viper is like obviously dumbstruck.
I mean, it wasn't. I mean, I almost died, but it wasn't like that bad.
You all truly must be gods. Even the combined efforts of all of my deadly vipers could barely handle defeating one of the major chaotics, and the minor chaotics are notoriously difficult to kill. Like,
They didn't seem that difficult to kill. They just kind of exploded. Like, poof. I do a little hand motion, like poof.
This is incredible news. This means that you are actually able to defeat enemies which up until now for us have been utterly unstoppable. The number of men that I've lost just trying to fight a small pack of minor chaotics, not to mention the ones that have died to a major, I wouldn't even be able to count on all the hands I have available in Frontline. And you're telling me that you were able to essentially defeat them handily?
Ah, I guess so.
More or less, yes.
This is
It wouldn't be possible without Seiko bringing us here.
obviously not. Well, once again, Thank you. Please, go find your rest. You've obviously had a very important day. I will retrieve you as soon as Knock is conscious, so that we may all hear the information that he was able to garner. And with that, he doesn't dismiss you, but he sits down, like he obviously looks like what the shit.
See, I told you he expected us to die.
Do you say that with him right there?
Yeah.
No.
He'll look up at you, and he'll say, "I did not expect anything, Daisuke. I was only hopeful in your abilities, as described by my deadly vipers, that you would be able to save Nockanark. I was confident in that, but I had no idea that you would be so effective against our enemies. This completely changes my plans. This is truly a godsend. We might actually survive." And he'll stand up, and he'll kind of retire himself to his I guess personal chamber that's inside the main tent, which is just essentially another like curtained off area of it. And yeah, you guys are in the main tent. What you doing?
Matt, does Sachiko feel anything related to Seiko? Like, because I remember when we first got here, we could kind of feel like that pull towards her. How is that standing so far?
If you think about it, you can feel it. It's become a thing where it's like you know that it's there, but you've gotten used to it enough now to where you have to think about it. But as soon as you think about it and you go, I am trying to feel out where Seiko is, and blip.
I wonder if Daisuke uses that to see if whether or not she's in the bath.
No comment.
So yeah, what you guys doing?
I'm gonna antagonize Crash.
Okay.
I will too, but in a different way.
No, Daisuke. Her antagonizing Crash might be a good opportunity.
I say it like, wow, Crash, I can't believe that you guys weren't able to defeat all those. I mean, you have such a big axe. How come I was able to with mine?
Because...
But you're so powerful and strong, or I thought.
You're a god. and he just folds his arms and he's just like, but you're a god.
As if that explained everything.
Yeah, but I thought you were supposed to be the best fighter.
Oh, I'm still the best fighter.
Oh, are you now? Did you defeat?
But you're a god.
Meanwhile, Daisuke sneaks off to check on Riddell.
Okay.
I will follow Daisuke to make sure he doesn't get into too much.
Wait, say, Crash, do you have any brothers?
It's okay, I got protection.
No, it's just me and... Where's Daisuke?
Wait, where's Riddell?
I know where Riddell is. She's in the medical tent. At least that's where she should be. And I'm gonna guess that that's where Daisuke's headed, if you'll excuse me.
I haven't seen Daisuke in a couple of minutes.
I'm
following.
Okay, so everybody heads to the medical tent. Daisuke, you have a slight lead on everybody else. So you will arrive there and you will see Riddell with she has removed Nockanurk from his cage and has him lying on a table that is, obviously human sized, and Nockanurk is not human sized. He's, only slightly
Nurk sized.
Yeah, he's, Nurk sized. It's like a Lalafell, only hairy. And
cute.
And cute, because Lalafells are not cute.
Cute.
No.
Oh.
They're appetizing.
Yeah. They appear tasty. That is not the same thing.
My Lalafell's cute.
If by cute you mean delicious, then yes.
I guess in the way that like you would decorate omurice, kind of cute. Yes.
With ketchup.
Damn it.
Like a little smiley face and stuff.
Labu labu omurice. And you will see that she is apparently working some kind of healing magic. Her hands are glowing white. And she's just kind of, waving them over Nockanurk, who appears to be his condition appears to be improving with her ministrations. She is not paying attention to anything else as you enter the medical tent, which also you will notice is pretty big, and every bed is full, and it has somebody in some state of injury or duress. Most of them appear to be sleeping. Some that you immediately identify do not appear to have any physical injuries, but their color is gone. So yeah, what you doing?
Daisuke is going to just kind of. You said it's a medical tent, so he's probably just going to like stick by a wall and just kind of ponder over the situation.
Okay. As you're pondering, Pinky, are you pondering what I'm pondering? Sure, I am.
I
Brain.
think so, Brain.
But where are we gonna find rubber pants our size?
Time of night.
Nerf. So as you are pondering, Riddell will finish up whatever it is that she is doing, whatever spell she is casting. And she will, her magic will give out, and she'll like kind of lean against the table and appear to be, drained of energy and catching her breath.
If there's a chair nearby, I'll bring it to her.
She will look back at you with a brief look of surprise before graciously accepting the seat. Thank you. He will be fine. He just needs to rest. His wounds were more extensive than I thought. They must have tortured him greatly before you caught up to him. What brings you here?
Oh, I just came to check out the situation.
And
This place is quite full.
She'll cut you, she'll cut a glance at you and be like, well, yes, as it would be. There are many, many poor soldiers who are trying to recover from the trials that they have been put through attempting to fight the Obsidian Empire. It has, as you obviously know, it has not been going well for us. What's worse, and she'll get up and she'll actually walk you over, are those who are losing their color. The influence of the black glass flame is a poison. It's pervasive. Sometimes all it takes is the loss of hope. And, well, this is one of the results. The more benign, she, fixes the blanket and the pillow of the raspy breathing, monochromed person, like monochrome, like WandaVision monochrome. And the worst of it is when they turn.
Why do you sound like a robot?
Turn?
Into chaotics. Sometimes the loss of hope, I guess, is too much, and they open themselves to the influence of the black glass flame, and they become those things. And the worst parts of it is sometimes it happens during battle, and we find the enemy behind our own lines, among our own ranks. Many of these beds are occupied by those who have been hurt by their friends, who have given up and become something else. So yes, it is a very full infirmary, and she kind of waves a hand at you. You appear to be hale and hearty, so I don't think that you're here for any particular treatment, Lord Daisuke. So I ask again, what brings you here?
Just Daisuke is fine. But no, I came to see what was going on, how Nurk and Nurk was doing.
He'll be, and then the flap flies open, and there's Crash, and he goes, Daisuke? How you doing, buddy?
All right, Crash. How are you doing?
Pretty good. So you're here, and that's my sister over there, and so yeah, you wanna not be here anymore, bruh?
Just getting an idea for the actual situation. War rooms are good and all, but this is where you find the reality of everything going on.
And Riddell will stand up and turn to Crash, and she will go, he is expressing his genuine concern for our people, Crash. You don't need to be so protective all the time. It's like,
meanwhile, Daisuke has a big old grin on his face.
and Crash is like, but he's literally just like me. That means he can't be trusted.
Yeah, if she turns her head back, I'm back to normal face, straight faced.
And she'll turn and she'll look, and then she'll look back over to Crash, and she'll be like, that may be so, brother, but, and she'll turn and look back over at you and like kind of bat her eyes prettily. He is a god. And it'd be like, and he'll just turn around and storm.
But wait, Crash, weren't you just calling us gods?
Crash,
Very educational.
You're too suspicious. You need to learn to let things lie. Now, remember, breathe in, breathe out. Calming thoughts.
And he'll just stomp off.
I can sense a rising in his temperature whenever he sees Daisuke near his sister.
Man, he's gonna have a heart attack at this rate. And let me tell you, heart attacks are not fun.
Well, if there's any one thing that I can be certain of when it comes to my brother, is that a heart attack will not be of any trouble to him. While he has while he has a very big and caring heart, he's also far too stubborn to let it take, to let it do any damage to him. And she will return to Nockanurk's side, and she will look to you, Suki, and she will go, Suki, I am to understand that you have healing capabilities, yes?
Yeah.
Would you... I have exhausted my magic for the moment. Would you be willing to take a look at Nockanurk and see if maybe you can give him a little push that I can't?
Sure. I'll go over there and heal him.
You drop some healing on him, and he looks a little bit better. He's obviously not in any danger of dying or anything, but you're essentially just kind of topping him off. It appears that Riddell did most of the job of getting him, brought back up to snuff. But you just kind of, gave him a little extra, and she will nod and thank you.
Say, Sachiko, think you could sing us an inspirational song?
Yeah.
Everyone here?
Let's fighting love.
Let's fighting love.
I sing Let's Fighting Love for everybody.
Let's go, Shipatsu. Atashi wa motome, protect my balls. Okay, hold on. Now I have to find that, and I have to put it on Groovy, and it has to happen.
Making dreams a reality.
Is that what it's called?
No, I'm just saying.
I wrote this song as an inspiration whenever I write songs in my head based on the experiences I go through in life. And this song is about Daisuke.
Oh my God. Play. Let's fighting love.
I wish there was a Hatsune Miku version of it.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
I'm doing like a little dance to it. I strike my axe into the ground and I perfectly sing every note.
Protect my balls.
Let's fight in love. Let's fight in love.
Okay. So. Down.
I'm doing the songbird, idol dance, from 14.
And so the individuals who are in the medical tent who are conscious are looking on with confusion. It doesn't sound like they don't like the song, but at the same time they're like, what the hell is going on? and even Riddell is kind of trying to clap along to it, but she doesn't know what to do.
Everybody, clap along, dance like this.
Let's fighting love. Oh, excuse me. But yeah.
The people need more cheer sticks.
So yeah, so that happens. User performs Protect My Balls.
It's about Daisuke. It's a song about Daisuke.
Daisuke, she sang a song, like you asked.
Curious to see if it
made
has
it just for you.
Curious to see if it has any effect on the monochromed people.
It does not appear to.
Okay.
But why don't you give me a soul roll?
Soul roll.
Soul.
Maybe I'm not dying right now, but I can't support my lungs without this.
So that'll give me
And then I'm like, what happens if I take one or two?
20.
I've already taken 2 while I've been in the hospital. What if it comes to single?
So,
It's been 2 weeks and they're like obsessed over this. Like,
you think that
then I actually would be on test tour.
maybe context matters? Like following your throughput, following your theory,
I'm sure it will be. I'm just being a baby.
just makes you think, okay, I mean, she's obviously good at singing. That's what she does. So the problem isn't the song. The problem might be that the people who are hearing it, it's not making sense. It's not connecting. And so maybe if she was able to connect with them on more than a surface level, maybe that would work. That's where your thinking goes.
Yeah, I had a good time today.
Might have to try this again later, Sachiko.
I can make that happen.
I will gladly.
And I do an anime salute.
I will gladly sing about protecting your balls. Anytime you ask. Protect my balls! Oh, it's so good. I don't care, so shimpatsu. Watashi wa motome, protect my balls. Okay, so all right. So Riddell will be like, well, thank you very much, Daisuke and Sachiko. But I think it's important that everyone be able to get their rest now. So as soon as Nulkanurk regains consciousness, I will let my father know, and he will let you know.
Get my manager in here.
Uncle.
What's
Let
that?
me know if you need any help.
Isn't it her uncle?
Oh yeah, uncle. I'm sorry. Yeah, uncle. I will let my uncle know, and he will let you know.
Like when I'm in the menu, I will.
Uncle father.
Uncle grandfather.
Uncle grandpa.
Oh. Oh. Are you annoyed? You are not annoyed. What is this? It's a hamburger necklace.
Say, Daisuke, how do you protect your balls?
Very carefully, I'm assuming.
I like it better when I'm playing Survivor.
This isn't the sort of... I don't have this sort of data on you or your culture yet within my database.
We'll skip that for now, Sachiko.
Do men from your world even have balls? I ponder.
These are good questions.
These are good questions. Perhaps I should take you into a private tent and educate you. Study, study, study.
Yes, we should go elsewhere. Talk about it.
Sachiko,
what do you think?
I am much older and much wiser, and I will tell...
I am technically only 3 years old.
I know, but I am much older than Daisuke, and I'm much wiser. I will explain this to you at a later point in time. Just do not let him do it because he might give you misinformation, being so young and childish.
I don't know about the childish part.
Like, hey, if there's grass on the field, you can play.
Even if it's synthetic AstroTurf.
Even if it's AstroTurf. Okay. Okay, so you guys leave the medical tent, the medical pavilion, as it were. Anybody doing anything in particular until you are called again by General Viper?
I'm gonna go wash my synthetic skin in the river so that it doesn't look so dirty.
Oh, sucky now. Suki, what are you doing?
I will also go to the river, but not to bathe, to guard her and meditate.
Okay. Daisuke, you doing anything?
Yeah, if Sachiko is kind of letting us know that she's doing that, I will go let Crash know.
Okay, so you'll go up to
Walking
Crash.
towards the river.
Excuse me. Okay,
I'm
so
also gonna repair my clothes by the river because I have to take them off to fix them. So I'm gonna take them off by the river and fix them after I get out of my bathing.
excellent. So Daisuke, you'll go up to you'll find Crash, who is over in the divas their section of the camp of Frontline. Just kind of like, sharpening his axe. Very vigorously sharpening his axe. To which, as he
Does it
sharpens...
look like he's like playing DJ? It's like one of those like MS Paint like gifs that are like placed over porn so it's safe for work. That's what I'm imagining Crash is like.
They're funny.
Well, as you approach Daisuke, he will look up at you, and the sharpening of his axe takes on more of a greater fervor. And he'll be like, "What?"
It's okay. Like last night, I was.
I just came to check on you. Had nothing to do since Sachiko went to go bathe at the river.
She did what?
She went to go bathe at the river.
She went to go bathe at the river.
Yeah. She
wait.
About her clothes being dirty and having to clean them, and then herself.
Wait a minute. Where's Suki?
I don't know. Probably reading or something.
She always watches her like a hawk when she's naked.
Yeah, it kind of makes you wonder.
Yeah, it kind of makes you wonder, doesn't it?
Is she more fascinated with Sachiko than we are?
Impossible. I don't know if it's possible. I don't know if that level of ecchi is possible. Okay. Wait. Why are you telling me this and not going down there yourself? This is a trap, isn't it?
She's not my type.
He tilts his head to the side. What?
She's not my type.
Is there something wrong with her? Something I don't know about? Something you gotta tell me, bro.
I'm just not into the automaton.
What's an automaton?
How should I put this? It's better that you discover it yourself. I'm sure it's just me, my tastes.
He narrows his eyes.
I'm not even sure how I would describe it.
I'm going down there. And he pops up and flips the axe, and it lands on his back in the holster. Fucking Final Fantasy VII Samurai Showdown style. And he just starts walking, and he's got a spring in a step, and he's whistling. It's like,
Wait about 10 minutes or so. I'll teach him to cock block me. And then while he's playing distraction with Suki, I will head that way as well. He's the bait.
so it is a trap.
But not the way he thinks.
All right.
After the battle, because I'm trying to recover, my boob jiggle physics that were programmed into me are like a little bit higher than usual. Because my nano circuits are slowly repairing themselves, but like the jiggle physics got a little bit damaged, so they're like extra bouncy.
It's because you have a kinetic power generator, so all the movement. It's like those flashlights where you shake them to recharge the battery.
Shake them to recharge the battery.
Actually, I like that better. We'll go with that. That's a better reason.
Well, and what's worse? And what's worse is that like they're individually tuned. So because your jiggle physics are out of whack, one boob is bouncier than the other. And so it's kind of like they're kind of like apoplectic. Okay. So you guys get down to the river. Sachiko begins cleaning herself up and repairing her clothing. I
will climb a tree and find a good vantage point to pay attention and meditate.
Okay.
You said you went to take a bath.
Say.
Because he refuses.
Daisuke will be way back with just some binoculars watching Crash.
Yeah.
Did I give Crash any skills? Probably not.
Yeah, at the end of the night, I will go ahead and switch.
Skill group Ecchi.
Yeah, skill group Ecchi.
Oh, I thought that was somebody you guys had invited.
He has an edge on stealth. He just hides behind his axe.
So, Suki, why don't you go ahead and give me a body check, for a perception if you have proper a proper skill like detective or adventurer or whatnot. You could use that to augment.
All right, and senses.
I also have I have heightened senses hearing, so
yeah, so that'll give you edge on it.
I did not roll very well.
Yeah, no, that sucked.
So a total of 9.
Okay, so yeah, he actually manages to evade your notice. As he nin. And actually is within perving range of Sachiko. And he's like, oh yeah. Daisuke, somehow, I mean, you're watching. Somehow he's gotten past the Sentinel.
Fascinating. I'll keep watching.
Do I notice Crash?
Give me a bod check for perception.
No, I just want
Heightened senses applies.
Okay. Oh, where's my sheet is in the app. That's right.
No, it's telling you you're not online.
Okay. So you said a body check?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
And then
You'll have edge on it.
Yeah, you have heightened senses, so you should have 3d6 keep 2.
yeah.
Wow.
Okay, and that's the body check.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Wow, and she didn't even roll the right one because she did roll.
Oh, my bad.
Roll an extra d6.
Oh, that's the wrong one. That's defense. My bad. There. Okay, extra.
Yeah, just roll single d6.
Go. 5.
Oh, so then she actually should have gotten a 22 then.
Okay. Yeah, so you're, kind of humming to yourself and la 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 and being all
Oop, my bad.
being all unintentionally sexy as the rivulets of water coruscate down your synthetic body.
Oh my god, stop, go away.
Real skin, TM, glistening in the sunlight, beautiful even in the monochrome surroundings that you find yourself in, and everything's all right, and then all of a sudden you just kind of you tilt your head because you hear something that's like and your eyes immediately shoot to behind a bush, like he's got his axe in both hands and is just kind of resting on it, but he's like behind a bush and the bush is like almost perfectly shaped to hide him and the axe, but you can see his face poking out of it. Is Crash. And he's like,
From what I understand of this community, this is a communal bathing spot, is it not? Have you come to take a bath as well? Yeah, I tilt my head.
And blood shoots out of his nose. He's like, oh.
Sachiko only cares about nudity when it's protecting Seiko. Have you come for one of my relaxing massages? I was trained as a maid.
Massage. Sorry.
After all, your muscles must be tired.
Steam shoots out of his ears. Blood shoots out of his nose.
And it's not just any massage. It's a massage from a god.
He passes out. And yeah, he's just lying there. His face is half in the river, but like it's not covering his mouth or his nose, it's just covering his eyes. His head is backwards in the river. He appears to be mumbling. The axe is laying on top of him, and yeah, he's just kind of out.
I go to walk over to him to check on him, and my boobs are just fucking bouncing all over his. I'm poking him.
Dweek, 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 dweek. Yeah.
I don't sense any medical abnormalities.
No, he's perfectly healthy.
How is Daisuke reacting?
Yeah, that's
to all of this?
What's what you doing, Daisuke?
I'm watching safely from a distance. Oh, yes.
How sweet it is. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Sachiko gets a very sick pleasure from like watching Crash squirm.
Yeah. So I mean, just as an aside, Crash is very healthy. Just
so
putting that out there.
That's what the males in this world look like. Is that the standard? And I'm like fervorously taking notes in my head on like the anatomy of the males in this world.
Okay, hold on. I gotta. I think it's in my phone.
Is that the standard?
I'll grab a refill on my drink really quick.
Okay.
I wonder what the standard deviation for male genitals are in this world.
Do I notice her taking notes on him?
I mean, if you're keeping an eye on her, yeah, you've seen everything that just happened. You don't know how it got past you, but yeah, you've seen everything that just happened.
I jump down. Get back in the water. Get dressed. I will take care of this trash.
I thought this was a communal bathing spot.
It is.
Relatively communal.
I understood why you were upset when it was Seiko, but it's just me.
You are young and innocent. This is not to be... I'll explain it later.
I am 3 years old, but I am programmed to be more like 25.
Yeah, well, I passed 25 up a long time ago. And I can assure you, this is not normal.
Because she's fully functional.
This isn't normal for the monks? Do they not bathe?
And anatomically
We
correct.
do bathe.
Communally?
But we don't pass out from seeing a nude person.
Say, and I point to his very healthy status.
Very
I
healthy.
say, is that the normal for men in this world, do you think?
I'm gonna say that he's undersized.
Okay, wait, there has to be a perception check for that.
I don't care. I'm just saying that. Whether it's true or not,
Dick.
I'm gonna try and make her
Roll
think
accurately.
that it's super small.
She is.
All right, okay.
She is just throwing shade.
I step on him and I teleport him away.
Oh yeah, so I wanted to let you know, you can't do that with your teleport.
Can't I? It says I can take stuff with me.
It says, yeah, you could take your stuff with you, but other people, you have to have a thing for that.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Then I will have to do something about that then. Yeah, I thought I could just take stuff with me.
Yeah, anything that's on your person and like anything that can be reasonably carried, anything that could be reasonably carried, yeah, absolutely no problem. But other people and like other like non-mundane items, yeah, you have to have a perk on that.
Okay.
You know what you have to do, Suki? Claim him as yours.
Yeah, you have to claim him as yours.
All right. I will remember that then.
All right. So what you doing?
Well, I will drag him to the tree and tie him up to the tree then. Facing the other direction.
Are you sure he wouldn't actually enjoy that?
Well, he's unconscious now, so if he has any objections, he better say it now. And you get back to the water and you get dressed.
I splash down into the water because I don't want to face your wrath. I'm like, fine.
Okay, let's see. I put it up. And
Where is Daisuke in all this? Because he's never far behind for things like this.
yeah. Oh, so Yuzu, check out the chat. Check out the
Yeah,
demo chat.
yeah.
So Daisuke is outside of your normal scanning range. If you are actively looking for him, give me another bod check.
I want to shout, Daisuke, you better be away from here.
I totally am.
It just shows the forest and the little arrow pointing way off in the distance.
But then those little lines appear because when you look back, he's just like missing.
It's just fountains of blood. Oh. I thought it was 2 blood fountains you could see in the distance from my nose.
It's like, or no, they couldn't find you, so they see you back at camp, and you just have like 2 rolls of toilet paper shoved up your nose. I was like, what? Nothing. I wasn't doing anything. Nothing.
Nope.
Okay. So, obligatory nude comedy scene taken care of. Later on that evening, you guys eventually return to Frontline. And it takes another few hours, but you are indeed summoned again by General Viper, as it appears that Nokkanurk has awakened and is ready to divulge the information that he risked his life for.
And I just like zoom up to him and like pinch Nokkanurk's cheeks.
Ow. 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 Ow.
You're
Ow.
like the
Ow.
little
Ow.
mascot.
Ow.
You like
Ow. Ow.
mascots.
Ow.
Are you
Ow.
a mascot?
Riddell will reach over and gently grab your wrists and remove them from Nokkanurk's face. And she'll be like,
He's so cute.
he is very cute. Just calm down.
Is he a mascot? And then I whisper to him, I'm like, are you a mascot?
What's a mascot? I'm a Nurk.
What's a Nurk?
What's a mascot?
You help idols cheer on the crowd.
What's an idol? Boss, who are these? Well, I don't need to know. What's going
I
on?
sing and I dance.
Yeah, you also hit things really hard with an axe. He doesn't do that. Pointing to Crash, who is, of course, part of the debriefing. And he has 2 rolls of toilet paper shoved up his nose.
Yeah, but he's not a god.
Nope. As he just sitting there, like just sounded like he's like just smoking on a cigarette after. It's like, nope.
Like
No,
the camera zooms to Sachiko's face like very anime style, and she has like the with like the mouth covering her face because she likes to be a tsundere to Crash, to fuck with him because she thinks it's funny.
It's like, nope. No, I'm not. But I've seen heaven. I've seen the promised land. And Mercy it just kind of elbows him in the ribs. And Zone just kind of shakes his head, just like, and Viper slams his hand on the table and he goes, "Can we please focus?" And
Oh, Crash is focusing on something.
I don't know if I'll ever be able to focus on anything again. My vision is just filled with the most wondrous delights. And Mercy elbows him again, and Zone And now Viper is face palming, and Knockanurk is just like, is this what having gods around does to you people?
You didn't take my bait.
And Riddell
Wait.
will go over to her brother. Excuse me. And go, brother, I think you should sit this one out. Come on, I'll take you to the medical day. He's like, no, if I move too far, I'll lose the sacred image that's burned into my retinas. And she'll just come along. I will return shortly, Uncle. And he'll be like, yes, please get him out of here. And Riddell and Crash will leave. And Viper will look to the group and he will be like, if we could just have a moment of seriousness.
Don't worry, I have deliverance.
Knockanurk has,
I'll get myself out.
brought us important intelligence on the situation inside Grondel. And I think it would behoove all of us for us to hear what he has to say. Crash, of course, will have to be brought up in the future. Knockanurk, please proceed. All right. So, I'm Knockanurk, by the way. Thanks for saving me. You really kicked the Nurk out of those guys, and I appreciate you not leaving me there to burn. But all pleasantries aside, so I ended up finding out that the old Nurk tunnels that lead into the castle, one of them is actually big enough for people that ain't Nurks to be able to walk through. So we actually have a way to be able to get into the castle without necessarily having to go through the front gate. And Viper will nod sagely. Yes, I do remember there being rumors of there being a Nurk-made tunnel that was also used for being able to get certain supplies in and out of using regular human servants. I'm glad that you were able to rediscover it. Was there anything else? Well, as far as I was able to tell, the princess is still alive. I did see her. But there's someone else in there as well. Yes, well, you know about the leader of the Black Frame Priests, the savage known as Kaji. Oh yeah, but not just him. There's someone else in there too. They call her the Ashen Lady. She probably has a real name, but the only people I've ever heard her talk to was Kaji, and all he ever calls her is the Ashen Lady and Your Highness. Your Highness? That is offensive in the extreme. Does she believe herself to be the ruler of the castle? She believes herself to be the ruler of a lot more than that. But, way I figure it, if you're able to get in and find the princess, you could probably get in and get out without ruffling too many feathers. That is most excellent news. By the way, did these guys tell you how they took out those chaotics? No. Well, they did tell me exactly what happened, but I was hoping to be able to hear it from you as well. It would definitely cement in my mind what it is that we're dealing with. Oh man, these guys are nerking awesome. I've never seen anything like it. They literally touched the miners and they just exploded. And I mean, you've seen entire battalions take on a major one. These guys took them on. I mean, pointing to Sachiko, she got kind of messed up a bit, but not nearly as bad as most of what's happened to us over the past few years. I think you got something real special on your hands here.
Of course he is.
And Viper will be like, it would certainly seem that way, despite the lack of discipline that that our gods appear to have. But I suppose gods don't necessarily have to have a whole lot of discipline now, do they? This is...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I should be offended by that. Suki as well. She's very disciplined.
There was nobody more disciplined than a maid.
I can only tag him for so long with Brat. So wait, we can't even do that.
Especially one who sings.
I'm sorry, Jeff.
I don't know. I've seen a lot of idols. Not a lot of idols are that disciplined.
Uh,
I just look at Suki sad.
Viper will like nod his head in acquiescence and be like, You're right. Your ways are not ours. Your ways are most certainly not mine, and it is not my... It is not my right to judge gods, as it were. Well, Nokkenurk, if you are feeling well enough, I think it very important that the men hear what you have seen our gods be capable of doing against our enemies. I think it will give them... It will definitely increase morale, and it will give a lot of them probably a little bit of hope for what is surely to come to be a very dangerous battle that they will have to participate in. Well, of course, I'll be more than happy to spread the story to everyone around here. They definitely should hear it. We actually have a fighting chance now. Certainly, indeed we do. Be about your work, Nokkenurk. And it is good to see you again, old friend. Definitely. We'll have to catch up and have some drinks later. And he'll wave to all of you guys as he toddles out of the tent.
He's just so cute.
As Nokkenurk is leaving, Riddell will be re-entering. And Viper will catch her up on what was just revealed. And and she'll go, yes, the effect that knowing we can defeat our enemy will have on the men, on the soldiers, well, I can't even begin to imagine it. What are our plans going forward, Uncle? Well, considering that we now have weapons, for lack of a better term, nodding to all of you, that could be used to actually defeat our enemies, I have to reconsider the original plans I drafted, which could potentially take a little while. As it is, we need to have a celebration for the victories that we have gained thus far, and also possibly to increase the morale of the men before heading into the remaining phases of Operation Last Resort. He will turn to all of you, and he will go,
You defeated us! No, it wasn't against you.
Can I count on all of you to be willing to help raise the spirits and prepare the men for what it is that they must encounter?
That's basically my job.
But yeah, no, the two of them
I'm an idol. If anybody knows how to hype people up, it's me. And I point to myself using my thumbs and strike a cute pose.
I've seen people riot over not being able to see idols. So it is what they do.
Oh, so you're familiar with idols then?
Oh, God. You judge the accent there. I love you, Steve. I only choose you because I love you.
Okay. Daisuke?
What? Huh? Sorry, I was thinking
What?
about Seiko just now.
I was thinking about something just now.
Anyway, yeah, sure. Yes, Sachiko is great at inspiring confidence.
Inspiring big confidence. Just ask Crash.
Oh, yeah, I thought that was.
I can inspire even the most hardened of men, and I say that pun without even realizing it.
Viper and Riddell will kind of look at each other, and well then, Riddell, I will leave the matter in your hands, as myself, Asano, Zoan, and Mercy, until Crash recovers. We will proceed to work on new battle plans that will potentially actually see us capable of defeating our enemies. Until then, please do what you can to help hearten the men, and refer back to Riddell for any questions on anything that could be done to improve the livelihood around the camp. And with that, he and the other Deadly Vipers, including Asano, will adjourn to the map room and begin speaking on stuff. Riddell will come to you, Sachiko.
Mm-hmm.
And she will go, I keep hearing this word idol. But what is an idol?
Well, I have a lot of fans. I sing and I dance and I inspire people.
Let us go see something. And she will take Sachiko by the hand and pull Sachiko towards the medical pavilion. Suki, Daisuke, what are you guys doing?
Stopping, following.
I quickly turn slightly around as she's pulling me. I stick my tongue out at Daisuke. Like anime girl.
Yeah, I grab him by the collar. I'm assuming he's gonna go and try and follow them.
Mm-mm. I've got more things to test out.
More studying, huh?
Study.
Yeah, more studying. You might say that.
What are you doing, Daisuke?
He's actually going to go back to the medical tent pavilion and keep pondering ideas about fixing this monochrome problem.
Okay.
And context.
Okay. Seiko, what you doing? Or
Miyasuki?
Suki, sorry.
I'll follow Daisuke. I'll make sure he doesn't get into any trouble.
He appears to be pondering. He's actually walking around, like taking notes, writing stuff down, thinking, not getting into any trouble.
Thinking with the right head.
Autumn's running. So now it's like, well, now I feel like I'm fucking like she's not copying me and I'm not copying her.
So, Sachiko, Riddell takes you to the medical pavilion. And actually along the way, you see Knocknurk standing on top of a box in front of a fire where there's a whole bunch of soldiers also sitting around it, and he is apparently telling the story of you guys defeating the Chaotix in simple, easy fashion. Some of the snippets that you hear
no, ma'am.
make it sound like maybe he's embellishing a little bit, which is kind of funny considering, how easy everything was in the first place. But obviously he is attempting to really put you guys over. But when you get into the medical pavilion, she will look around for a moment, and she will go over to one of the monochromed individuals who is just kind of sitting there like eyes open, staring, not moving very much. And she kind of sits and she looks at him, and she looks at you, and she looks at him, and she looks at you.
Aw, nice, sweetie.
And she will, maybe
I love you.
we can do something together. She will place her hands on the person's chest, and she will go, sing me a song, but don't use any words.
My baby.
A song with no word?
Hum a tune, sing a melody, but something hopeful and uplifting, but don't use any words.
I think for a second, and then I start. It's from an RPG. What song is it? Give me a moment. I'm looking it up on YouTube.
Cue an instrumental song.
Yeah.
Jess.
Careful with that axe, Eugene.
Off of me.
Careful with that axe, Eugene.
Like not an anime song, but
Okay, I start humming this song.
Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun. Dun 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 dun. And as you start humming, Riddell, with her hands on the person's chest, begins apparently channeling her magic. I want you to make me a soul check.
A soul check?
Yep.
Okay. And that's
We had
2d6
ideas.
plus my soul?
Yep.
Okay. Just making sure.
That's where we left out. Yeah. This too.
Oh, did that not go? Okay, let's try this again. Wow. Let's see. 5, 6, 9.
Okay. You're humming the song, and it's what's coming to your head, and you see that the whatever magic it is that Riddell is working on this person, that the light coming from her hands and going into their body is trying to resonate with your voice. So as your voice goes up, the light gets brighter. As your voice goes down, the light, yeah. And the here, hold on. I'm gonna.
Sorry, I didn't mean to distract you.
No, that's fine. I just need to turn my groovy down so that way I don't frickin' get copyrighted. So, you know, as your voice goes up, the light goes up. As your voice goes down, the light goes down. And she's trying to match it, but it's not quite going. After a couple of minutes, she'll pull her hands away and she'll hold her hand up for you to stop. And you look at you look at the person lying there on the bed, and it looks like
Sorry, Steve, I tried.
some of their color comes back. Like it doesn't come back completely, but they look less monochrome than it started. But after a few seconds, it just kind of
Oh, Steve, I'm sorry, dude.
and they go and they revert back to the state they were in when you got here.
Oh, it's brand new. You haven't walked them in yet.
My mic was kind of far away. Did you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like that was a promising start, I say hesitantly.
I think we might have something, but we're missing some sort of resonance, some sort of connection. Okay, come with me. And she grabs your wrist again and runs outside.
Wah!
And at about this time, Daisuke, you have made your way around the camp and are now in the same area where Nockanurk is regaling the soldiers with the tales of your heroism. And Riddell will run with Sachiko in tow, which seems pretty funny considering that Sachiko, you know, probably weighs like 250 pounds and Riddell probably weighs 99 soaking wet.
Soaking wet.
Run big. I'm only going to take
And
you.
Riddell will run and stop like right behind where Nockanurk is telling his story. And she will look at you, Sachiko, and she will go, sing, back him up. And she points to Nockanurk. So
And I start humming the tune again.
well, you have what? Let me see your skills.
Oh.
Let me see. Hold on, I can put you up here. Nope, wrong one. I need Sachiko. Sachiko. Pull this up so I can see your skills.
I should put the better sheet in there. Or it's also in Astral. The updated sheet's in Astral.
Oh, okay. Close that because I pulled Sachiko. Maximize. Occupation entertainer. Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to make me another soul check. But this time, you're going to use your occupation entertainer skill group.
Oh, okay.
Because humming the same song you figure out ain't going to work. You're actually trying to give a musical accompaniment to a spoken word performance. So you got to do things a little bit differently.
Basically R2-D2 and Return of the Jedi.
Okay, so doing that gives me like an advantage, right?
No, what you're going to do is you're going to add that number to your roll.
So it's going to be 2d6 plus your soul plus your occupation.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me maximize it.
Maximize.
Okay. So. Oh, yep. 2d6. Plus my soul. So 6. 10 plus my occupation skill group. Is that the level?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. 14.
Okay.
14 total.
Okay. So you take a few moments to listen to how Nalkanurk is talking. And, the mood and the mode and the method in which he's telling the story. And then you go, okay, you search through all of your performance data files, and you achieve something, and your character can take this however you choose your character to do so. You achieve something that you haven't previously before. Improvisation. Actual improvisation.
Whoa.
Because you have such extensive knowledge, because it's been essentially forced into your databanks, you know how to change a performance depending on the crowd. You know how to adapt a performance if an instrument goes out or something like that. But so you know how to adapt in very mechanical ways. This is something different. You found something different inside of you for a moment to make a vocal accompaniment to a spoken word performance. So take that as you will. Daisuke, I want you to make me a mind check. And hold on, let me pull you up here and see if
pull me up, Daddy.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Daddy chill.
Yeah, why not? Skill group business. Give me a mind check with skill group business.
Okay. Roll. There we go. So 16, and then business is 2, so it's a straight bonus, right?
Yeah, it's a straight bonus. Yeah.
Okay. So 18.
Okay, so you were walking around and your brain was just kind of, like, trying to figure stuff out, putting things together inside your head, doing the thing that you do that makes you, such a capable businessman. And you stop when you hear Nalkanurk talking, and you hear Sachiko weaving a vocal accompaniment behind him. And then you also look over and you see Riddell looking at them the same way you're looking at them. Like she's putting it together, like the same way that you estimate she's putting it together the same way you are.
We're making the same connections.
Yeah. And she begins weaving a magic. Her hands start glowing, and she is moving her hands in time, kind of like a conductor with Sachiko's musical accompaniment. And so, and you're getting it. You're there. Suki, since you're right behind Daisuke, essentially, you stumble into this as well. And I want you to give me
a piece of that Kit Kat bar.
Let me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar. Give me a soul check, and I don't see any skills that would help off the top.
No, but I do have a really high soul, so
Yeah, but you have a really high soul. So yeah, just give me a raw soul check.
which is 18.
18. Okay.
Yes.
So you get there and you see Riddell and you see Sachiko and you see what they're doing. And then you look over at Daisuke and you see that Daisuke's kind of like doing the math and putting shit together in his head. And then you're like, okay, but what about this? And you end up just like kind of feeling in the moment. You walk up over by where Riddell and Sachiko are. And, you know, Sachiko's humming and doing her thing. And Riddell is moving her hands and doing their thing. And then you just go, you put your hand in the small of Sachiko's back. You put your hand in the small of Riddell's back. And you go, you need a bridge. And you, using your greater soul, bridge the energy between Sachiko and Riddell. And Daisuke, the second you see that go off, fireworks go off in your head and you go, aha! And you go up to Knockernurk and you don't stop him from talking. He's still telling the story, but you give him cues and you're like, up this part, down this part while he's talking. So while Riddell is conducting Sachiko, you essentially conduct Knockernurk. And nice. When everybody's in sync and everybody gets together, something truly amazing happens. And while Knockernurk is telling the story of, these guys are awesome and they took them out in one hit and blah, 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 blah. And Sachiko is humming and adding notes and embellishments here and there. And Suki is bridging their energies together. Riddell, with a flourish, throws her hands out and this rainbow sheet, essentially, of light, like, kind of like color spray, just shoots from her fingertips and kind of starts settling on everyone in the crowd, and everyone's color starts coming back. And not just them, but also the grass, as trampled and muddy and dirty and dark as it is even now, it looks real. It doesn't look like it's on a black and white TV. And the fire that they're all standing around gets color to it. And everything in this little area looks, it's still washed out. The color's still washed out. It's not all there. But it looks, the colors come back to this area. And after Knockernurk finishes talking, well, Knockernurk takes a pause as he notices what's going on. And Riddell, stops doing what she's doing as she notices what's going on. And everyone around is just like, and excitement grows further and further inside of the group that you are all around. And you have essentially this place is clear.
If Sachiko could produce tears, it would look like she was about to cry, because this is a beautiful moment. And her sensors are overwhelmed.
And Riddell wraps her arms around both Sachiko and Suki. And she goes, I think we figured out how to cure the Black Flame. I have to go tell my uncle. And she runs off.
Sachiko wonders if this is possible because of the deities they're assigned to.
I feel it. I feel the cosmos. Anyways, I'm just now catching up on everybody's memes that they're posting. Yeah, so Daisuke, Suki, what you guys doing?
I'm just going to be excited that we had a breakthrough here. This calls for a company party.
Company party.
Maybe Seiko's rubbed off on me. Parties all the time.
Parties all the time. Because what else are you going to do? It's the end of the world.
Shaved heads for everybody.
Shaved heads for everybody. Okay. So, what you all end up figuring out is that the effect of the black glass flame is it's essentially a poison to the soul. And while it doesn't reduce soul, it transforms it. It transforms that energy. And the closer someone gets to the black glass flame, the more likely they are to not only lose their color,
Am I the only one who pictures him with an Irish accent?
But to become a chaotic.
Yeah.
And it is hopelessness and loss and despair that allows the soul to become weakened and affected by the influence of the black glass flame. And by Knockernurk, someone who everyone trusts, telling the story about how you guys were able to defeat an undefeatable enemy, combined with Sachiko's ability to inspire through song, combined with Riddell's natural talent of being able to cleanse the black glass flame from people, because it's something that she's always been able to do, just on a small scale. And with Suki acting as a spirit bridge, if you will, unifying all of the energies. And with Daisuke putting all of the pieces together where they're supposed to go. You guys are able to cleanse an area of the black glass flame as long as the people that are in the area are receptive to the message. If you get what I mean.
Indeed.
And this news, of course, is, taken, with like, yay. Like, this is possibly, like, it's one thing to find out that finally this indefatigable enemy can finally be defeated, but also check this shit out, bro. We can cure people of this thing now.
It's a trapper. It's a trapper.
And
he's right outside my locker.
Yeah. So the whoa, yeah, like mind-blowing shit. Maybe it's weird, but maybe you guys really are meant to be here. maybe this was supposed to happen as much as it originally appeared that it was not. Maybe you guys are actually exactly where you need to be at this particular moment in time. Because who knows if this would have been capable with anybody else.
No, I'm trying to face
You all obviously are individuals of some import. So
I'm a dumbass.
it is a little short. It is a little early, but I think that's a good place to call this particular session.
Yeah. No, this was great.
Galaxy Brain. You guys got some information, learned some stuff. We had a pretty funny scene with the bath and Crash seeing the promised land. And you guys made a major breakthrough in potentially finally taking care of the Black Glass Flame and the enemy that is before you. So with that, to anybody who was watching, has been watching, is watching, I know today was kind of a short session, but some pretty good storytelling involved. So I'd like to thank everyone for joining us. We will do a brief after actions after I end the stream. Once again, everyone, thank you for joining us. Make sure to smash that like and subscribe button. The recap, or not the recap, but the recording of this session will be posted on my YouTube channel. So because eventually all of the VODs go away. And once again, thank you for joining us. Say good night, everybody.
Damn it, I'm trying to get between the
Good night. Thanks for watching.
And catch you guys.
Just remember Sachiko's boob physics before you go to bed.
Yeah.
It'll help you sleep.